Hi everyone, it's Lindey. Welcome back to my channel. So I work from home as an online seller and I sell merchandise on sites like eBay, and I also sell merchandise locally using the Facebook Marketplace platform. And I have numerous videos on my YouTube channel going over different selling practices to try to help other sellers make more money working from home. In today's video, as promised, I wanted to give you guys a behind the scenes tour of my entire workspace. I want to give you guys a first-person perspective of the entire flow of how the entire business operates, everything from the listing and the photographing portion to the sorting area, all the way back into where we are now, which is inventory storage. And I also wanted to point out before I get started with the tour that I am trying my hardest to keep this as real and raw for you guys as I can. Angie and I did not go through and clean the entire basement. The only thing that I did was make sure to remove obstacles from the walkways so you didn't see me trip and fall on camera. As entertaining as that would be for you, I know it would be. I would rather not have that on the internet forever. But everything else is as is. Everything is put away on shelves as we always have it put away. Everything is sorted and stuck on shelves in the manner that it would have been whether or not the camera was seeing it. So not everything may be as tidy and organized. So if you see areas that are a little less than tidy or a little extra cluttered, that is why. Remember, I told you guys, I'm not the tidiest person in the world. It takes all of Angie's organizational powers that she has just to keep me in check. But all right, let's go get started with the tour. So coming down from the main floor, this goes down towards the work area, but this is the door to the garage, which I really like because when I have pallets or anything delivered, I can literally just carry them from the garage down to the workspace, which makes it really super efficient to get boxes down there quickly. And there's only 6 steps, so we don't have to carry it a really long way. So as we're walking into the work area, the first little zone here is the listing zone, and then here's Angie getting some listings up. She has basically everything that she needs to do listings right here. It's a very functioning area. She's got a little corner desk where she has part of the desk where she can have the items that she is working on, and then of course the computer for the listing portion, and then she could just slide right over here, and this is where she would take all of the photographs, and then underneath this table here we just have bins, and that's where she puts the listed inventory, so when she gets done for the day she can just go put it away on the other side of this wall where all of the inventory is stored. So after years of experience doing listings, I just realized that it's best to keep everything for listing in one centrally located area. That's one of the reasons why we moved the photographing station right next to where it lists, because it's really just a matter of her sliding over 2 feet to take photographs, and then boom, she can just put things in bins and then take the bins into the inventory area when she gets all done. I also really like the L-shaped desk because she can line up whatever she's working on here, and then she can actually do the listing on this side. So it's all just kind of a functioning little cube here for her. So I also get asked why my upstairs desk is so clean. It's because I don't do any listing up there. I do all of my listing down here. Either I am doing some listings or Angie is doing some listings. We don't really do listings at the same time, so we only really need one desk. So then on the other side of the computer desk, we have the shipping area. I wanted to make sure that the shipping station was right next to the computer because obviously we need to be able to print shipping labels, so having it right next to it just made the most sense. I often get questions about the shipping station. This is actually just a 4-foot workbench that I found at Menards. I'll try my best to find the exact one and link it on the Menards site for you. I know that not everybody has a Menards, but if you can at least see the specifications of it, you might be able to find a similar work table somewhere else. But I've told you guys this before, I used to literally ship items off of the backside of my couch with a printer that was across the house. So I knew from an early time that I needed to have a dedicated shipping area, and words cannot express how much more efficiently and how much faster I can get packages out when I have all of the shipping supplies in a centrally located area and a table table dedicated to shipping. So up here, I just have some bubble wrap that's just kind of held with I mean, honestly, it's just a curtain rod. That's all it is. And some shoelaces. Yeah, it's literally shoelaces suspending a curtain rod that's hanging up my bubble wrap. It's nothing fancy, it's nothing expensive, but you know what? It works. And then on this upper ledge here, I have different size boxes. These are the 8" by 6" by 4" boxes, 8 by 4 by 3, 6 by 4 by 3, and then these are the eBay 6 by 4.5 by 4.5, and then some extra bread bags, and then a bunch of random stuff like air freshener, Scotch tape, and light bulbs. And then here we have just another curtain rod that I just have some extra tape hanging here, some random hand sanitizer that's been here for literally a year, don't know why, a random candle, probably because I set it aside because it smelled good, tape, twist tie bags for shipping, some baby wipes in case we need to wipe anything off, some more eBay tape, and some tissues. And then underneath we have a great big box that has things like bubble mailers and poly bags, the Scotch Flex and Seal shipping roll I'm always raving to you guys about, and then things like the flat rate envelopes that I use the most frequently. And then it is super important to have a trash can right next to your shipping station, because as you're removing shipping labels and tabs off of the stickums of the bubble mailers, you need to have a place to put them immediately to keep your workspace clear. Now I'm going to pan back around me without going too quickly because I don't want to make anybody seasick. Across the way here, this is the shelving unit that I have that's dedicated to the excess of shipping supplies. Whenever I run out of shipping supplies over on the shipping station, this is where all of my other shipping supplies are stored. So I have bigger boxes down here in the event that I need to ship something large. And then I have a variety of priority mail boxes here. I have a big stack of the 1096L boxes I'm always talking about, some regional boxes, and then just some standard mailing boxes. And then over here, I have more eBay tape and then some more bundles of the smaller boxes that I use. Up here, some more smaller boxes, and then scrap cardboard and little things like peanuts that I might need. And then those are some more regular shipping tape. And then on the very top shelf, different size bubble mailers. These are, I want to say, maybe a 6.5 or a 7" by 4". And then these are more of a 9 by 6 bubble mailer. And so anytime I run out of shipping supplies, I have all of those in a centrally located area. It also helps me see what shipping supplies I am running low on, because if I have some shipping supplies on my shipping station and I don't have any to replace them with on the shelf here, I know that it's time to order more. Okay, so now if I back up a little bit and let you guys see everything that's on this side. So right behind the listing and shipping area, we have the sorting and receiving areas. So the downstairs work area is really kind of separated into two sides. There is a wall here behind the shipping table. This is what separates the listed inventory from the unlisted inventory. So this side of the work area is where we process all of the new orders that have come in. You probably recognize the table. This is where I'm always filming all of my unboxings. And so that means that all of the shelving units on this side of the work area is everything that is not listed. So let me tell you a little bit about how this area kind of flows. So this is a large 4 foot by 5 foot table that was here when we moved in. I knew exactly what I was going to use this table for as soon as we viewed the house. There's some packaging paper under there. It's just directly across from the shipping table. So if I need packaging paper, it's stacked up right here. We will put new receiving boxes on this table here. And this large surface area is what we will use for sorting the merchandise. I did just recently post a video on my channel where we showed the entire process for listing up to 6,000 cosmetics. I'll make sure to link that video in case you're interested in seeing a most recent sorting process. But this is the table that we did that on because there's so much surface area. So right behind the sorting table is this standalone shelf. You can see there's more shelves behind it, but this is what I kind of refer to as my catch-all shelf. So while we're going through and sorting merchandise, maybe there's some damage done to things, like you can see here, this is really damaged. So I will just kind of set those items on this shelving unit back here, because really these are items that maybe my family can make use of, or Angie's family, or I might ask my mom or my sisters if they want to come over and grab something, because I can't really sell this merchandise because maybe it's leaked, maybe it's damaged, maybe it's expired. So this is the grab shelf. This is like the grab all. If we need anything, I'll come check the shelf to see if we have it, but it is starting to get pretty full. So I do need to go ahead and grab a bin and start putting items in the bin, and I'll show you where those bins go. So underneath this sorting table, there are bins of items that are exactly like the items that are on that catch-all shelf. These are items that maybe have leaked or they have damage and I can't really resell them online. So I have these kind of items in bins so that friends or family members might be able to make use of them. Or if my family is needing something like shampoo or deodorant, we'll probably come and check these bins first, because this is damaged merchandise that we can't resell. So now let's talk about what's on the other shelves that are over here. So all of the merchandise that is on these shelves has been successfully processed, and they're sitting over here for a couple of different reasons. Now, this first shelving unit that's right here next to all of the shipping supplies, these are all of the items that are going to be listed and sold on Facebook Marketplace. So after the sorting process, I've come to determine that these are not really items that I'm going to want to put online and wait to sell. They're going to go on Facebook so that they can be flipped a little bit faster, but they're not yet listed on Facebook. And then very, very similar, this shelf right next to it is more of those kind of items, but then it also has items that are waiting to be listed on eBay. And a lot of them are also death pile stuff that needs to be listed on eBay. Any of these boxes that have an orange post-it on it are items that have been sorted, and they are literally just waiting to be listed because they might be a little bit more difficult. Maybe there's a lot of stickers on these kind of items. Maybe they're not super duper high value, so that's why they are sitting over here. And then there's also a bin of personal care that needs to be rinsed off. That's what this bin is here. Anytime I get anything that is a little bit dirty or something has leaked and it needs to be cleaned before getting listed or sold, I just have a bin of those kind of items, so that's what those are. And then this third shelving unit that's in the back corner is more Facebook Marketplace stuff that is listed or about to be listed. Then we do have more stacks of boxes here. These are technically death pile items that still need to be listed and sorted. A lot of death pile stuff is in boxes versus opened up on the shelf because we're procrastinating. I mean, there's no other nice way to say it. Now, these shelving units back here that are behind the catch-all shelf, these are the brand new processed inventory. So we've already done the first round of sorting of these boxes and bins. It just needs another round of sorting to officially get listed online. So the reason why these are not completely sorted is because what we do is we pull out everything that has expiration dates first, so that we make sure that those items get sorted and listed fastest because they have an expiration date that we're dealing with. Now, these items that are remaining do not have expiration dates, so there wasn't as much of a sense of urgency to get those listed. So now the next step is, since we have all of these items in bins, we're basically going to take 3 to 5 bins at a time, and we will be sorting it on this table and getting it listed as soon as we get it sorted. But right now, these are just here laying in wait for that second sorting process. Now, we do have a lot of inventory that we're working with. That's the reason why a lot of this is on the floor, because we couldn't fit it on the shelves. We have a lot of new inventory that we need to go through and sort. There are still a couple of boxes of the cosmetics that have been sorted, still in the process of getting those listed. So as we mosey on past all of these items, We are now starting to get into the zone where everything is listed. So from this angle, you could see there's Angie again. Hello. Hi, Angie. With the listing and the shipping table and the sorting table and all of these. So that is officially the end of the sorting and processing and prepping area of the workspace. And now we are starting to enter the listed inventory area. Now there is some unlisted inventory kind of spilling over into the listed inventory area, but there's no chance that we're going to mix those up because all of our listed inventory is stored in these banker boxes or on open shelves on this half of the basement. The items that are still in these Sterilite bins here, these are all unlisted, and we just know that they are unlisted because that's kind of the process that we've been taking. To kind of prevent confusion, we have essentially said that anything that is unlisted is going to remain in these bins, and then everything that is listed is going to go in these banker boxes, so that if we do have some spill this way or some spill that way, there's no question what's listed or unlisted. So these 3 shelving units on this side are all dedicated to cosmetics. I still have some open spots because we still have a whole lot of cosmetics from that cosmetics palette to get listed. So these open spaces will be filled with boxes here very, very soon as we get those all up. And then right across, we have another shelving unit that does have listed inventory. We're using the top space on these shelving units for the big, bulky, light-weighted items like all of the humidifiers that we have listed. And then on these shelves, we have a lot of things like shampoos, conditioners, body washes, and a lot of bulk merchandise like a lot of the tanning oils and tanning sprays. There's some aloe vera down there. And of course, every box is labeled so we know where to find things. And then we have a couple more shelving units that are right across from the cosmetic shelves. This is where we are storing big bulky items such as sheets or bedding. We also have some boxes that have things like slippers or shoes or tote bags. But this is just a shelf of mostly open, large, oversized items. Then on this wall, these are items that are just kind of pushed back here for now because they are seasonal. I do have 2 boxes and a bin full of stationery or school supplies, and so I'm waiting until school is about ready to start, and then I'm going to be listing a lot of these on Facebook Marketplace. And then I also have several boxes that are case-packed body glitter. Yes, that is right, body glitter. I probably have, oh, let's see, there's 48 in a box. And how many boxes? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I have 12 boxes, so 48 times 12, however many that is how much body glitter I have, and I don't know what to do with it, honestly. I have so many. I don't know what to do with it. Leave your suggestions in the comments because I don't know what to do with all this stinking body glitter. Now we do have 2 bins here of hair accessories that need to get listed. I just stuck them over here because there was room, let's be honest. And then here's a box of things like razors and hair stylers that we're still working through getting tested and listed. It's a pretty big box, but I did have, I want to say 4 or 5 boxes filled with hair stylers. That's been the death pile hair stylers that I was talking to you guys about that we finally got listed. Or I should say Angie finally got listed because she's a rock star. We still have 1 box left. It's mostly things like razors that need tested or to see if they need cleaned. Then we start on all of the racks of the majority of the personal care and the beauty items. So on the other side here, we have a few items like outdoors, which has things like bug spray and pet care and electronic devices. And then we also have things like the hair stylers that are getting listed. All of these are open on shelves so that we can just look up and see what it is when it sells and find it. And then we start having the inventory boxes, like we've got hand creams and primers. And then we had an overstock of lots of Burt's Bees merchandise. So all of those were kind of separated and labeled into Burt's Bees face creams, Burt's Bees night creams and eye creams. And then we have 3 bins down here that have just kind of some small general merchandise kind of items. So when something that is small and is a household or general merchandise or perhaps stationery, we know that it's going to be in one of these bins. Like there's some, Tide to Go wipes, some Scotch tape, some pens, some master locks. So anytime something small like that sells, we know that it's in those bins there. And then across the way, we have hair care. So all of the shampoos and everything are on a different shelf, but here is where we'll have things like hairspray, hair care, treatments and masks, styling. And then all of the hair color and everything is over here, as well as things like brushes. And then we continue on here. And on the other side of that rack, we have more things like men's beard and face care, eye creams, eye care, things like eye drops, toothpaste, teeth care, acne treatments, women's deodorants, men's razors, women's razors, body care, body sprays, cream cleansers, soaps. There's soaps over there. And then things like perfumes and toners, sleep supplements, more bar soaps. And then just across from there, things like facial wipes, face masks that are in bulk, meaning lots of face masks that are, maybe 5 or more, lotions, more masks and face peels, facial scrubs, cleanser sticks, moisturizers, face creams, anti-aging, lotions that are pump style lotions, facial serums, face clays. And then down here at the bottom, we have things like sunscreen, different kinds of aloe vera gel, tanning, facial cleansers. So all of those kind of items are grouped together as best as we could. And then over here, this is kind of the start. That's why it's dark over here. This is our just, family storage. But then on this side, we have the things like, I don't even know if you can see, things like pain relief, first aid, kids medicine and supplements, over the counter, vitamins, supplements, all of those kind of items are on this shelf. And a lot of them are in bigger bins because we needed a little bit more room to store those kind of items. So now, panning over here, we do have a couple of shelving units separating this side of the shelves from that side of the shelves. And this is kind of where we have a lot of bulk merchandise stored. So you can see we have a plethora of facial mists. So if you need facial mists, you know where to go. We store things like the cold medicine in bulk open on the shelf upside down so that we can easily look and see what the expiration dates are after the item sells. We can make sure we're grabbing the correct dates. Open bulk face creams, things like throat lozenges. This shelf holds primarily the health and beauty kind of stuff, and this shelf holds more of the things like the shoes or general merchandise that's big and bulky. So as we circle around here, we can see the other side of those shelves. Here we have the different shoes that have been listed, things like handbags, headphones. There's another oversized blanket that we ran out of shelf space for on the other side. Medical devices. And then of course there's the beauty shelf that we've seen. And then on the other side of the bulk beauty shelf, we have another shelving unit that is basically all open toys. So these are all toys that have been listed on the top half of the shelf. And then on the bottom half of the shelf, we have a lot more bulk beauty items. Like we've got a lot of the micellar waters and facial cleansers, some simple hydrating gel cream, some gel face wash, bunch of micellar waters over here. So typically anything that we have just a massive bulk supply of, we'll leave open on the shelf so that we can actually see it. And then right next to that, we have more bulk items like nighttime face masks, some more face gels. And then as we move up on this shelving unit, there's more things like toys, clothing, and just bulk general merchandise. This section is all of the water bottles and things like that that we have listed. There's an entire bin right here of health and wellness stuff. It has things like cast protectors or things like auto assist handles. We really do find that leaving things open on the shelf like this allows us to be able to find things a lot easier when it sells rather than having everything in bins and boxes. And then right across from these shelving units is another shelving unit that just has a bunch of open bulk merchandise. A lot of what's down here are things like toys. And then up here are things like maxi pads, tampons, or incontinence pads. Make sure to have things like bins stacked up here next to the sorting table so that we can have a place to put items as they're sorted and being prepared to list. So before I get out of here, I do want to give just a really quick thank you to Wholesale Ninjas for sponsoring today's video. Wholesale Ninjas has been a primary supplier of merchandise for my eBay store for nearly 2 years now, and I do have an active coupon code for them if you guys are wanting to try out their services. The code is Lindey25 and it gets you $25 off of anything on the Wholesale Ninjas website. And they have just reset my coupon code at the beginning of August. So if you've used my coupon code in the past, you should be able to use it again and score $25 off of any box lot on their site. So thank you again to Wholesale Ninjas for partnering with me and sponsoring today's video. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video and videos like it, please do remember to give it a thumbs up before you leave. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to check the video description. I will make sure to put a lot of useful information in there for you, as well as some of my favorite lots on the Wholesale Ninjas website. And please do remember to subscribe if you haven't already and ring that notification bell. That way you're notified whenever I post a new video. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I will see you with my next video. Bye-bye.